Hey, what's up, everybody? Nate Albaugh here, head football coach, Judah Christian High School in Champaign, Illinois, alongside my middle linebacker,
Grant
Albaugh, my son. Again, I'm going full screen. He's hitting here trying. Grant is my number one tech support man, right? He's my tech support guy. So he helps me with everything. But then sometimes he kind of assumes that I'm pretty clueless or completely clueless. And I have to remind him that, I'm the one that started doing all this in the first place. But anyway, got Grant here, of course, because everyone else is busy. I even called my wife back here, and she said, pretend I'm not here. I'm assuming that meant that she did not want to be on our live show. But Grant helped me. We brought in a new computer. Okay, we kept freezing. You saw my problems of freezing?
Yep.
So we brought in a new computer. Grant helped me hook it up. You should see my office right now. I mean, it's a mess, okay? Stuff everywhere. You only see the clean part, right? Look at that shot, Grant. Doesn't that look beautiful?
Oh, yeah.
So you see the clean part. Everything else around you is madness. Lights, wires, screens. I mean, it's madness. But Grant here, he was playing D-line for it. He started off, so Grant's a freshman at Judah, wrestles for me as well. He gets the pleasure of being coached by me in two sports, which is a tough job because I'm pretty hard on him.
It's a pleasure.
But he also played D-line for us. And today, play of the day, 7th play of Christmas, 12 plays of Christmas countdown, play of the day is trap. And I love trap. I'm also scared of trap, right? So Grant will tell you, D-line, the very first stem response, on our defensive line, we call them stem responses, which is short for stimulus and response. Means when your O-lineman gives you this stimulus, your response is, right? So if you get a down block, when you're in a 3-tech, you get a down block, what was your response?
Spill the trap.
Spill the trap. 100%. Spill the trap. If you get a down block, you must spill trap. Right? Now, the beautiful thing is it works for a 3 technique. That spilling the trap also works for a 5 technique who has to spill that counter tray as well. Right? So spilling that trap is vital. And as I taught Grant, man, we're okay with you even losing ground to spill it. Right? You can't go upfield. Because if you go upfield, we are dead in the water. I see you got a couple coaches watching. Please check in. Tell us where you're from. Where are you watching from? We're talking trap today. Number 1, do you run it? Number 2, do you hate to defend it as much as I do? So now we were 8-man team this year. Grant was with us on our 8-man team.
Yeah.
And we didn't run trap. Again, I hate not having trap. Trap is like my baby. I love trap, and you're going to see some clips of us running trap. Now, I know you know how to run trap, coaches, so I'm not going to sit here and teach you how to run trap. I'm just going to walk you through some of my thoughts. You can go ahead and look at the camera once in a while, Grant. You have to look at me. But I'm going to give you some of my thoughts in running trap, in defending trap. Let's just jump into some film, and we'll go for 5 or 10 minutes. And if Grant has any input, feel free to input, Grant. I don't know that you would. You haven't been coaching this game.
Yeah, I might be pretty quiet.
That's fine. Just sit there and look pretty.
Okay.
Chris Wallace from Sharon, PA. Hey, welcome. Is that Eastern PA, Coach, or is that Western Pennsylvania? Where is Sharon? I've never heard of Sharon. I'm not an East Coast guy either. Another question I have. Do all Pennsylvania guys consider themselves East Coast guys? Or is it only people on the eastern side of Pennsylvania? What's your guess?
I don't think it would just be the eastern side of Pennsylvania.
My guess is all Pennsylvanians consider themselves East Coasters.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't know. I'm an Illinois guy. I was just watching a YouTube video this morning, and this cat said he called it Illinois, right? He called it over there in Illinois, and us Illinoisans, we kind of scoff at that, right? Like, oh, you don't pronounce the S, right? So anyway, Chris Wallace, Western, north of Pittsburgh. Awesome, man. I feel like Westerners are tougher by nature, just because probably just the reputation of Pittsburgh. All right, Coach, let's get into trap. Now, I'm going to start with this trap right here. This is us in the black playing normal community. Now, normal community is twice our size, the best team in our conference every single year. They smash everyone in our conference. They make big runs in big football every year. They're hard to move the ball on. Here's what makes them even harder to move the ball on. Up front, they just twist and loop and they do the craziest stuff up front. And it took me a year or two to discover our best bet to move the ball on these guys is to run trap. And it took a year like this, in this season that you're looking at us wearing the black. It was probably one of our more limited years in what we were capable of doing, athletically, personnel-wise. And we actually have some great athletes that just like some of our best athletes were just still pups, really pups. So we found in this year where we were having some struggles that the better the team, the more we needed trap. Okay? Oh, Grant, it just froze for a quick moment and we went live and it brought it back. Okay, I'm nervous about that. But so the better the team, the more we needed trap. So here's a great football team we're playing here. And let's watch us run trap. We're running trap here to our left on the offense. If you're on the offense, we're running trap to our left. And look at this game they're running. They're going to bring this guy here, and they're going to bring this guy behind him underneath to try to fill the A gap. Okay? In my opinion, now Normal Community gets away with it on us. They get away with this type of slanting and stunting on us because they're way more athletic than us. They're way bigger and stronger than us. But in my opinion, you can't get away with this on a team that's evenly matched. I don't think it's smart football to be slanting and looping and all of this against a wing T team. And this was our only chance. This is probably the only reason we score at all on these guys. We ended up scoring 14. But because of them, look, it's one thing to ask, right? This kid who's been coached, right? If he's in that 3, he's going to get a down block, Grant, and he's going to turn and spill it, right?
Yeah.
But instead, he's asking this guy to come under. Well, this guy's never going to spill it. What are the odds of this tackle looping underneath and spilling a trap? Right? The odds aren't good. So sure enough, he loops underneath. He does not get the trap spilled. Okay? And look at this linebacker. Now, they feel like men. Grown men. This guy comes knifing in here, but he's just too late on the trap. And sure enough, we squeak through 10 yards. Again, I cannot tell you how overwhelmed we are personnel-wise here. If you watch this whole game film, you would see how overwhelmed we are personnel-wise. But them slanting and looping gives us a chance to simply run trap, right? If you're going to run trap, we call this our horn. Our horn is how far back. We want these guys as back as far as we can legally get away with, and our center is forward as far as we can legally get away with. We call that our horn. If we say horn up, that means scoot closer to the center's hands. If we tell our O-lineman horn down, that means scoot further away from our center's hands. So when we're in practice, we'll have a coach standing right here. This is where the O-line coach usually stands in practice. Okay? And I'll always have 2 coaches back here. We each have our split sticks in hand. You remember our split stick, Grant?
Oh, yeah, we broke it.
Yeah. Split sticks always break, but this guy's will have split stick in hand, and they're checking our guys' splits, and this guy's checking horns. Every day of practice, every team period, he's barking at these guys for their horn, and my 2 split stick guys are barking at these guys on the offensive line for their splits. What do you think of that animation?
Pretty nice drawings.
Isn't it? That's pretty nice. All right, yeah. So I got my split stick coaches back here checking splits. I got my horn coach here checking horns. And you're going to see how this allows this guard here to be it, because he's got such a big horn, to come downhill and get this man kicked. Okay, pretty nice. I see we got a handful of coaches watching here, 6 coaches. Hey, Chris Wallace checked in. We got 1 coach from Pennsylvania. You got the 2 All-Bars here from Illinois. And wondering where the rest of you guys are from. Tell us where you're from. Chime in. Do you run trap? And again, we're live here. I'm not here to teach you to run trap. I know you all know how to run trap. Just going to watch about 5 or 6 traps here on film, talk you through some of my thoughts, coaching points. But again, this team keeps us in it by looping and slanting. Let me tell you what you can't do against teams that are looping and slanting like this. We cannot run buck sweep against them. I'm telling you, we go to run our buck sweep and pull guards out, and you cannot, you're just whiffing out here. My wing is coming out trying to block this guy, and they're looping and all. We're chasing ghosts, man, and we're falling over the place, and every buck sweep we run goes from -20, right? So we figured out on a team that's doing this, as a wing T team or an under center team, We ran 3 things and marched it down the field on them. And I'm telling you, if we were evenly matched at all, we could have done it all game. Number 1 was trap, either way. Number 2 was ISO. We would go ISO weak, and we would actually influence strong with a guard pull here. And number 3 was QB wedge. We just have to run those 3 things on repeat all the way down the field. Okay? What do you think of that, Grant?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Now, you playing fullback for us, you know that we're willing to kind of run the same play over and over and over.
Yeah.
What was our one run play under center we would just have on repeat this year?
Army.
Army was our dive. We would run that thing on repeat, baby. All right, let's go to the next trap. Here we are. Next trap against these guys. Boom. This one they eat up a little bit. Now, why do they eat it up? They eat it up because my tackle, look at my tackle coming from way out here. My tackle runs towards the center instead of just moving on to this next level. And we actually get in our own way here. We end up blocking this linebacker. See this linebacker here? They're taking this outside linebacker. Again, I think it's madness. Bringing this outside linebacker and trying to knife him into the A-gap. Okay? If we would have just skipped him and kicked him with our guard, I think this trap pops too. But my big tackle here picks this guy up, and we actually run into ourselves right here. Okay? Couple old coaches watching. Coaches, again, would love to hear you chime in and know where you're from, see where guys are joining us from. Let's go to the next trap. This one's a little bit different here. We go trap against, right? Trap weak. Beautiful thing about trap is you could trap either way. We just come to same formation, but we're going to trap weak now. Again, look at all the slant moves. Now look what they're doing. They try to bring their backside 2I now, plays on this side, the strong side A, and they're going to go blitz this guy here and arc this guy here. Okay? Again, hey, if we're trying to run buck sweep or anything, yeah, they're going to tackle us for a 5-yard loss. And you'll see I've made that mistake. More so in years past, I make that mistake. I'm running buck sweep, and they're getting us for loss. But you try to stop trap running stuff like that, that's hard here. Yeah. If you can hear us hanging there.
It says reconnecting successful.
Uh-oh.
Does that mean it'll keep going here in a second?
Let's see. Refresh over there.
Yep. It's going now.
We're back on.
Yep.
Okay, coaches, we had a little hiccup. I don't know what the problem was. My tech man here is going to work. We'll kind of think it through. But let's catch up where we were. Again, we were on this trap to the weak side. This trap here, weak side, bang! Look at that. Look at that window, man. And we take that for 12 yards. Again, we are completely overwhelmed defensively. I've got 8 two-way players on the field here. They have 0. 0. And here we go. Weak side trap. Bang, bang, right? If you're running into a team that's doing all this on you, you're going to have to be patient. You can't come out here and run all your sweeps and difficult execution plays. You just got to take it right at them. If a team's going to do all this stuff, you got to take it right at them. And I promise you, it will be there. Boom. Trap. Love it. Love it. All right, almost done here. Now, this is us against another very good football team here that comes to our place in that same season. And because we were struggling throughout the year early, we really focused on getting better at little things like trap. And this season, I think, in my opinion, was a game changer for me in my own career. The fact that we weren't as good forced me to be more patient and commit to trap, and to watch us execute trap against teams that are way better than teams we had failed to execute on before was awesome to me. All right, Stephen Claybaker from IC Catholic in Chicago. As we all know, Elmhurst. Listen, you guys may not know this, but Immaculate Conception is big-time football program here in Illinois. So welcome, Stephen. Good to have you. Good to have someone out of Immaculate Conception. Are there 2 Immaculate Conceptions, Stephen? Is there one in Chicago and one in Elmhurst? I don't know, but look at this trap we hit. Bang, bang. Look, the better the football team, the worse you need trap. The better the football team, the worse you need trap. Look at this. Here we are, state quarterfinals. I've showed this play before. I'm not going to dive into this trap too much. State quarterfinals, at the time, the best defense in the state in 5A football. And we came into this game and just ran trap, belly, and rocket. It was like the better the team, the more simple we got. Travis Waddell. I feel like I've talked to Travis a lot. Have you been a Chief Pigskin guy for a while? Thanks for being here, Travis. We run trap from a Full House tee. I'll tell you what, anyone that's in the Full House tee, I got to believe they're running trap. All right, so it looks like we're having camera problems again. Maybe that's just a YouTube thing. Again, my tech man here, Grant, my man, is going to figure that out as soon as we cut off. We're almost done, man. I want to show you this one last trap. Thanks for checking in. Simon back with us, head coach, University of Bristol in the UK, as in United Kingdom. Is that what that is? Grant, I think we got someone from England. How crazy is that?
I don't believe it.
That is really crazy. All right, man, we're going to sum this up with our last trap here. It's against Washington High School. Watch this big man. This big man here, I mean, walks right by the trap. Which, it's hard to believe people, knowing this late in the season, that good of a defense, would walk that upfield and walk right by our trap play. Look at that. This guy walks so far upfield, our pulling guard almost misses him. Our pulling guard is shocked. Watch our pulling guard right here. Let's go slow-mo. Watch our pulling guard. Our pulling guard is shocked to realize that that man would be so high upfield. Grant, how bad of a butt chewing would you get if you missed trap by that much?
Oh, my goodness. I don't know if I would eat dinner that night.
I do not forgive Grant for missing trap by that much. Look at that trap. Here's another thing I noticed about trap. This is just a little something we would do. You don't have to do it. Look at that. Simon says, yes, UK. Okay, last question, Simon. Are you English or are you American and you're over there? Or do you guys say British? Do you say you're British? Do you say you're English? Tackle, trap, counteraction. Boy, no doubt about that, Travis. We, obviously, as a wing T team, we are known to tackle, trap. Okay? Some of our problems, we want to figure out afterwards if some of them are internet problems. Last trap of the day, we go tight end trade. Trap. Look at him. I mean, dude, we got this guy dead in the water. Boom. Trap. And you know, we were scared of this guy coming in. We were scared of him because he's about 6'5", 255 pounds, and was tearing up everybody on film that we watched. Right? So instead, we come in, we go tight end trade to force him into a 3, and he'd run right by trap. Boom! I mean, talk about taking a massive dude out of the game plan. This is just trap him all day long, man. It's a thing of beauty. Coaches, I think we just hit a new live stream record. 9 coaches watching live. Last chance to check in. Thank you, all of you who checked in. Great talking football with you. Thanks to our man Grant for being our tech help here in the live show today. If you could check in here and you weren't live with us, leave comments below. Do you like trap? Why do you love trap? Isn't it a son of a gun to defend? Any wrinkles that we need to know about? Obviously, as a wing T guy, we would run trap a handful of ways, but you know, I don't want to bore you talking about all that. All right, guys, thanks again. Thanks for the kind words, Simon. We're back tomorrow with the 8th play of Christmas, and hope to see some of you guys back with it. And who else is excited for Christmas break? Christmas break.
My goodness.
Christmas break. Christmas break. Let's go. All right, we'll see you guys.